What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, OG is back, people. You guys already know what time it is with this OG. I don't talk about it. I stays about it. Okay, so before we go any further, let's make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all and share this channel, people. Let's continue to get it to grow. OG touches on topics that are requested of him. So for those of you that are getting your feelings hurt, stop playing with feelings, people. I just elaborate on certain things, and a lot of you individuals tend to take stuff the wrong way. But anyway, first and foremost, people, you guys already know this is a fitness channel. So today we will touch on ultra processed foods. Okay, how bad they are for you, people. If you want to get started in that fitness journey, you guys already know what time it is. You either shoot me a DM on my Instagram, high_power_fitness_, or you could shoot me an email at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. Can't talk about it, you have to be about it. Okay, now with that being said, I need to address an individual, Mr. Worn Out Shoes. Your name speaks volumes. And then I look at your profile, man, you got to be ashamed of yourself, kid. This guy, this had potatoes was in his ears or something. He tried to make it look like that my crime supersedes other people's crimes. My boy, you're so fucking full of shit, you stink. Stop trying to stir the pot. There's enough of you out here in social media that does that. Tend to your loved ones. Focus more on them. Okay, so when I spoke yesterday about the ice, like I said, there's going to be mixed feelings about that. There's double standards. And whatever I talk about is just a portion of my thoughts. There's so many exceptions to the rule, and there's so many things that are against the rule, I should say. So this is a tough, very touchy subject. Like I said, I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm very unbiased. I have love for my gente, even the ones that are here illegally. It is what it is. Yesterday I reflected on, and I was being comical about it, about the gates being lowered. Okay, this is to that ignorant person, Mr. Worn Out Shoes. That's his title. Then he's got this guy, he's got a picture of a Jewish star with the slash going across it. So I guess he must hate Jews or something. That's the only thing I could think of. It's pretty, I don't know. I won't even touch on that, man, but you're an idiot, fool. You're not even a fool, but you're just a straight idiot. So anyways, when I made my statement or commented on what happened yesterday, it's a sad situation. What I was trying to say, though, Mr. Dumbass, is laws are there for a reason. Without laws here in the United States, this place would be chaos. When laws are broken, there's consequences. Am I for what's going on? What's happening? I don't like the way they go about it, but at the end of the day, what is right and what is wrong. Now, there should be some type of how should I say, a guideline to go by. You know, when they're apprehending our gente, and that guy shows a track record of being a productive person here in the United States. Yeah, he broke the law by coming in here illegally. Absolutely, there should be some type of consequences. But do I believe everything should be yanked from him and taken from him and him shipped away and taken away from his family? I know that I don't. I don't believe in that. You know, so once again, Mr. Dumbass Worn Out Shoes, I'm only addressing this because I have love for my people. Much love. No one supersedes the law. Well, let me clear that up. Individuals that play the law end up superseding it. But even them people can get got. You know, so. But anyways, I understand there's a lot of, how should I say, there's a lot of complexity in this topic, man, that's been going on. But I don't want to touch on that anymore because it's very touchy and no one's ever going to understand the way I'm trying to put it out there for people. And I just want you guys to remember, you know, hey, I got nothing but love for my gente. Straight up, you know. But anyways, let me get to ultra processed foods, people. Okay, ultra processed foods, man, they contain toxic food additives and hidden sugars in the form of ultra processed starch, people. Today, okay, I'm gonna speak a little bit on the hidden dangers of starch. Okay, a lot of processed foods may not have sugar, but are packed with synthetic starch. Many synthetic starches can affect your blood sugar. More than sugar, people. Keep that in mind, you know, because everybody right away thinks sugar is very harmful to them. It's not. It's the synthetic shit is more harmful than anything, people. I'm telling you the truth right now. If you constantly raise your blood sugar, you'll eventually develop insulin resistance. Eventually, your fat cells won't be able to store fat and energy. And energy is stored inside the organs or as visceral fat. For those of you that don't know, when it's stored in organs, it's glycogen storage. It's a form of storage, and then once it runs out of space, it turns to fat. Shit's bad for you. Okay, your glycerol fat. Take a look down. Can you see your feet? If you can't see your feet, that's a sign you have a lot of glycerol fat. You're overindulging in carbohydrates, people. Okay, so it's very harmful for you, people. Just I wish I could get into more detail about this, but if you start to lower your carbohydrate intake, or at least replace it with good carbs, instead of believing all these prepackaged stuff that they sell in these markets about zero sugar this, zero sugar that, take a look at the labels, man. The stuff back there that they're substituting that sugar with is synthetic. It's bad for you, people. Okay, so like I said, eventually fat cells, man, they won't be able to store fat, and energy is going to be stored inside the organs or as visceral fat, people. Eventually, you'll lose the ability to control blood sugar levels and can develop diabetes. Okay, starches are hidden sugars. Synthetic starches don't have protein, fat, or fiber, all of what help buffer blood sugar spikes. Okay, consuming starches can also deplete your body of nutrients such as vitamin D. This can cause significant inflammation, people. Decreasing vitamin D's ability to work in your cells is all bad. Vitamin B1 is vital to burn carbs. Okay, synthetic starches deplete vitamin B1 and zinc, leaving you tired, unable to create energy in the body. And synthetic starches feed the pathogens more in your gut, okay? And it's also contributed to small intestinal bacteria overgrowth, also known as SIBO. That's the bacteria that you do not want. So what happens is when you're consuming all this synthetic starches, your body doesn't have the enzymes to break it down, so it passes through to the small intestines. And while it's lingering around in your small intestines, it's fermented and produces bad bacteria, people. Okay, so modified cornstarch is added to food as a thickener or carrier of flavors. Maltodextrin is typically added to food as a filler. It also sometimes added to protein powders as an energy source. And that's a bad source of energy, people. This is incredibly damaging to your cells and mitochondria, people. So if you want to keep on playing with fire, so be it. So I'm just here to try to educate people and share the knowledge that I've acquired over my time. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to bring you to a quick story real quick. This is going to be short and brief, people. It's about an individual, and it has to do with deportation. He was from 18th Street. This individual, I was in Supermax with him on the 900 floor. I believe it was 917. He rode up. He was stressed out. And the reason he was stressed out is because he was looking at 25 to life. And the reason he was looking at 25 to life is because he was deported. Who deported him? The Mexican authorities. Okay, so I noticed this individual had a lot of hate towards the paisas. So I had to address him, and call him out on it and let him know, hey, my boy, that shit ain't flying here. I mean, you know what I mean? This is the homies right there. That's our people. So anyways, there you go. I stick up for my paisas. I got love for my paisas. I've done a lot of business with my paisas. Mr. fucking worn out shoes. You worn out. You toe up, my boy. But anyways, so this individual, I end up chopping it up with him and trying to figure out why he's got so much hate towards the paisas, right? So long story short, when he was younger, he got into it with his lady. They were all smoked out the game, in the drug game. He wanted to quit. She didn't. I guess he must have put hands on her, or she falsified it, made a complaint. He was arrested. He got out on bail. He fled to Mexico. He started a new life. And with that new life, he was becoming prosperous over there in Mexico. He ran a club along with the auto body business, doing really good for himself. Very well known in the community, the pueblo that wherever he stood at. I'm not going to say where he was. I know exactly where he was. And happened to get caught up over there. This is years later. I'm talking years later, right? And this individual was apprehended, arrested, and he was known as a person that had some paper, had feria, money, frog skins, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? I shouldn't even use that word because you guys probably won't even know. But frog skins. It's another form of currency. People, another way of saying that. Old school folks should know that. But anyways, so he was an individual well known through his pueblo, being the money man. He got caught up, he fucked around. The authorities got him. They tried to extort him for feria. Being the gangster that he was, he told him, fuck you. Ain't nothing happening. So what happened with him? He wasn't born and raised in Mexico. They obviously found out something about him, that he had a warrant. However they did it, I don't know. They expedited him to the American authorities. And that's how he landed in Supermax. So He landed there looking at 25 years to life for a case that happened. I believe it was something like almost like 16 years prior to that. So I had to bring it to his attention, man. You know, every country has its assholes that are in it for, they're in it to win it for themselves. They're selfish. They don't give a fuck about the next man. And right there's a perfect example how there could be how can I put this, so much there's really not that much of a difference in what's going on right here. There's gonna people that's not gonna understand the reason why things are being done, and I'm not here to try to explain it because it's never gonna agree with everybody, and I don't need that extra bullshit. You know, Mr. Dubs warned me about this, and he did. But anyways, yeah. So that's the reason why he had so much hate for Mexico. He loved it, but then he hated it. Why? Because they deported him from there. They didn't want him there. And it was the reason is because he refused to give these guys money. They were trying to extort him. So he basically said, fuck you. So they said, well, you know what? Fuck you. We're going to turn you over to the authorities. Now he's looking at 25 years alive. But I had to reassure him. I go, look, my boy, obviously you left that relationship because you wanted to change your life. She was still in the dope game. She's all fucked up. She's probably a space cadet somewhere. You know, maybe she's not. Hopefully she's not. Maybe she changed her shoes. You know, I'm just speaking today, this present day. Maybe she's a better person now. But I told him there's no need to worry, my boy. They're not gonna find her. They're gonna need her to press charges, man. Your fucking case is so old, man. You're good. So anyways, long story short, people, this guy, he got deported from the Mexican authorities, grew hate towards him, and I had to explain to him, you know, you can't blame everybody over there because not everybody's like that. And that same goes for the United States. You know, there's a lot of motherfuckers out here that have hate towards certain individuals, but then there's a lot of people that also have love. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? You break laws and there's consequences, you know? No matter what country you come from, just some countries are way severe. I mean, we got love down here in the United States, man. Straight up, man. You know, there's some countries they'll behead you, they'll cut your tongue off. You know, it is what it is. You know, play with fire, you're gonna end up getting burnt. But yeah, so yeah, he was deported back over here to the United States, looking at 25 years of life, while he finally stopped stressing and shit and came to realization that they ain't ever gonna find this female. She was still out there in the mix, nowhere to be found, maybe getting high or who knows, or maybe just moved on. Well, he ended up getting, what was it, 32 with 80. I forget exactly what the charges were because he skipped bail, you know, and there was actually no more witnesses to testify, I guess, on his lady, you know, so he made out, man. And now he's back here in the United States. He told me he'd never go back there again. It is what it is. But anyways, people, if you guys want to get started on your fitness journey and become that best version of yourself, you guys already know what time it is. This OG right here, man. OG got results for days, people. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. And it really ain't that hard. It's not a puzzle. It's not hard to figure out. So if you want to get with it, DM me or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And Mr. Worn Out Shoes, is for you, my boy. You could write on that. For the rest of you, my followers, my subscribers, much love and respect to every last one of you guys. And the ones that misunderstood me, I would never support the way people run things, because I believe there should be an alternative way to figure out this situation. But as far as like people being over here and being terrorists and all that, you know, yeah, there's a really good chance, because I've seen the news a couple of times. Mexico was being flooded with immigrants from other countries. That was their gateway to get into the United States. Do you know how many terrorists entered our country? Thousands. That poses a threat over here. This is where I grew up, you know, so yeah, I'm for it. I may not like the style, the way they're going about it, but you know, There should be an alternative route to, look into the ones that have been here for a cool minute and already doing their thing. Now, with that being said, this is the last time I'm going to touch on that. Much love and respect to everybody out there, man. Anybody that's going through the struggle, just keep on pushing, man. Don't ever give up. Life is good. Now get up and get yours. Let's do this.